Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Why in the world would you follow someone on social media who makes you feel bad about yourself? Make it make sense. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I really appreciate all of you guys that are following me from all over the world. I just looked at my back office and was just doing some changes to a few episodes on my podcast, and I'm telling you, I think it's over 20 countries now, maybe 25. Thank you so much. I'm almost at 30,000 listens. Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, God. You just don't understand what that means. You know what I mean? You just don't understand what that means. First of all, my podcast has become a stream of income, which is just amazing, which is part of my dream. I always wanted to have a platform where I could share my experiences in business, lifestyle, and just things that I've learned, along through my life. And just, I share a lot of stuff on here. I'm pretty transparent. And I've shared a lot about my life and things that I've been through and, things coming down the pike, all of that. So the fact that this has turned into a viable piece of my business is just incredible to me. So thank you so much to all of my listeners worldwide, like literally. I think now I have listeners, I believe, on every continent, which is like kind of blowing my mind. So I think the only place that I don't have listeners is Antarctica. And who knows, that may change, but thank you so much. I'm putting out this content because I believe that it's helpful, and people have told me that it has been very helpful to them. So that makes me happy, and that just makes me work harder, so thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Some people have asked me about the streaming service. Yes, the streaming service is coming. I have a big announcement about that actually coming very soon, because we're getting set up to get this thing launched towards the end of September, going into the beginning of October or so. But it will be launched before the year is out. And we're trying to get it launched before Thanksgiving, because that is going to be a huge time for streaming shows and content and all of that. So it's been a tiring road, but it has been a rewarding one. I had somebody else ask me about my classes and how they're going. As you guys know, I'm in 3 different schools right now, which is, it just sounds crazy just to even say that. But, I had some downtime because of the pandemic, and, it just seemed like the right time to do it. And these classes and these courses have been helping me within my own business, which has been amazing. So it is August 14th, and by August 24th, I will have I can't even believe this is already happening already. I will have completed my diploma for the entrepreneurship program that I was so graciously accepted in to attend at Cornell University. So I will have a Cornell diploma, and it will be in women's entrepreneurship, and that will be completed August 24th. So that's exactly 10 days from today, which I can't believe. Like, I'm literally taking my last class right now. It was an intensive program. Each class is a full class like what you would have per semester of school, but it is crammed literally into 2 weeks. So it was 6 classes, 2 weeks apiece. So this entire program was 12 weeks, basically 3 months. And I'm at the end. I'm at the finish. I'm rounding the corner. So 10 days from now, I will have graduated and I will be done with this piece. Oh, my other marketing diploma that I am working on, and that also goes towards my master's, that will be completed in October. So right around the corner. And then the music stuff, that will be completed towards the end of December, right before Christmas, actually. I think it'll be completed, December 21st, something like that. So the week of Christmas. I'm so excited. I really am. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm so excited. I do love school. No, I think I said this before. I didn't really love school. I love learning. I just don't love like the construct of school. But I do love learning, and I just love information, and I love learning, and I love like expanding my mental palette, for different things. So I said this was the time to do it. Marketing is major in my business, of course, running a branding firm. And of course, entrepreneurship goes right along with that. And music. Music is like that other huge thing in my life. So they all just have been going together. It was intense. It's been pretty intense because all 3 of them overlap at certain times, different classes and things like that. But the fact that the Cornell one will be wrapping up in a little bit over a week makes me feel really good. So then I'll really be able to concentrate on the remainder of my marketing course and, hey, wrap it up in October and then the rest in December. So thank you. I forgot who the person was that asked me about it. But thank you for asking, because I don't think I have given an update on it lately. So yes, as the intro said, why are you following people on social media that make you feel bad about yourself? So let's talk about it. One of the things that I do see, and I know this is going to call some people out, but of course I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but I do see a lot of times that people that follow me will often go into my follow list and follow the same people that I do. And I think to myself, I'll tell you my logic on how I follow folks. I follow folks that inspire me, whether it is in business, whether it is in just the whole, entrepreneurship, world, or whatever it is. I'm sorry, my voice is going in and out, but I woke up and had to get this recording off my mind, so I'm sorry if my voice is a little scratchy. I follow people who inspire me. If it is people who travel, a lot of lifestyle stuff, music is so huge. So I love to follow the journeys of music folks that I love when they're touring, or behind the scenes of how they create their music and how they, songwrite and all of that. Like, that stuff just completely enthralls me. So I definitely follow those sort of folks. And I don't really follow, there's definitely the percentage of people that I follow, in contrast to who follow me, is very different. I don't think I follow 400 people, maybe not, a little over 300, I guess. And I think I have about 3,000 followers, something to that effect. But I I love being inspired. I am at the place in my life now where I love the motivational speeches. I love getting up in the morning and scrolling through and, you know, these motivational speakers that'll be like, it's time for you to get up and face the world and do what you got to do and take this week by storm. Like, I'm in that space in my life right now. I used to follow a lot of, maybe I would say a lot more fun pages, meme pages and things like that. But I did a major social media cleanup on my Facebook and also my Instagram. And I just let go of a lot of pages, not just people, but even businesses and brands that were not in the same, I don't even know what the word is to say. That's not like aligning with my thought process. You know, I know that people are always going to have different thoughts. I know that people are not always going to agree. And I don't want to follow people who are just like me. That's not me either. I do love opposing opinions and all of that. And I think that that's inspirational too. It's like, wow, I wonder why they feel this way about this thing or that thing. Like, I love that. The challenge is amazing as well. But I no longer really entertain a lot of, you know, just people trying to do things to go viral and all of that. I love a good funny video and meme every now and then. But I used to follow a lot of those pages and I don't anymore because I realized they would take up so much of my time. And then I was following a lot of folks who I felt like I wanted to emulate, I guess you could say. And I'm not really an emulation type of person. Is that even a word? I don't know. But I'm not even I'm not a follower type of person. But I was like, oh, I would love to do that or get my hair that way or do that. And I'm saying to myself, these people got buku dollars to be able to, I'm talking about celebrities and public figures. They have the means to be able to nip and tuck and do all these things and appear perfect. And we know that they are not, because sometimes the public figures are struggling, but they can't let people know they're struggling. You know, they have to appear like everything is perfect, everything is going well, until they end up doing the unthinkable because they can't hang on in life anymore, you know. And it's so sad when you see those things happen because they just got so desperate, you know. And it proves that money is not everything. Yes, does money make things easier? Of course it does. But it's ultimately not going to make you happy, because after you have all the money, after you've done all the big blockbuster movies, after you've had all the recognition, then you got to go home with yourself, you know. And if you don't love yourself, if you don't like yourself, that's a whole lot of heaviness to carry. And we know that mental illness is a major topic of conversation these days, especially having gone through this global phenomenon that has affected every single household across the world. Some people didn't make it, and not because they were infected with COVID. Some people didn't mentally have the capacity to go on and make it. And it's so sad, because we are holding ourselves to a standard that is just impossible. And it may not even be real, because you only see a snippet of people's lives on social media. And a lot of it is fake and manufactured. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the PR business or branding business, you know this. Campaigns and things are mapped out months in advance, weeks in advance, sometimes years. You already know what your clients are going to be doing 6 months from now, a year from now. Deals are being negotiated. Sometimes they take a few months to go through. So we have to stop comparing ourselves to people or things that may not even be real. We have to stop following those accounts that make us feel bad about ourselves. If you're not following people or brands that uplift you, rather than make you feel like you need to attain this next level or else you quote unquote haven't made it or you're not hot, that's just crazy to me. Maybe it's my age. I'm in my 40s now, so that's just something that, trying to be the hot new thing on the scene is just not my, it's just not my thing, And I know everybody's going to do what they want to do. There's all the freedom in the world for you to do whatever you want. There's nothing wrong with being inspired. But when you being inspired turns into you feeling bad about yourself or loathing or even being overly jealous of what somebody else is doing, then you have to step back and say, is it good for me to follow these accounts? Jealousy is normal. Wanting to be ahead or I would love to accomplish what that person is doing and this, that, and the other. But when it starts to consume your everyday life, that's where the issues come in. And then that's where you need to sit down with a therapist and sort that stuff out. Because if you're constantly seeking validation, there's got to be something that's feeding that from on the inside. And you got to sort that out. And, I'm a huge advocate of therapy. So just keep in mind, when you follow accounts, just don't go through and follow who your people follow. Go through and follow folks that actually inspire you and lift you up. Because if you feel bad when you leave somebody's account, like, that is not an account that you need to follow. And I don't care how much you may like that actor, actress, singer, whatever. They all have their issues too, whether they show it or not. Now, we do have a lot of folks, public figures who are very transparent and, talk truth. But a lot of times, entertainment is all about the smoke and mirrors. Most of the time. So everything appears like it's fine when it's not. So you're trying to attain this level of something that's not even real to begin with. So think about that, So, yeah, I did a whole unfollow spree not too long ago on my Instagram and my Facebook. And it has lightened the load. It really has. There's been some, pop-ups of toxic things happening. And, I also sent out a note to clients to ask them to refrain from, tagging me in negativity on the web, because I don't want to entertain that at all, And yeah, it feels much more light. It feels much more open and airy now, And I implore you guys to really think about who you follow on social media and make sure that it is positive and that they are lifting you up and that, it's something that resonates within your soul, but in a positive way. Keep that in mind. I promise you. You start unfollowing, you start picking through, you're going to start to feel like, wow, it's like a weight lifted, Well, that was my talk for the day. Definitely check me out on social media across all socials. It's at Onyx Queen Media. And if you want to email me, feel free. info@onyxqueenmedia.com. Bye, you guys. We'll talk soon.